So today, people have convinced college students that our abilities and our worth are tied just only to our GPA. So in the 4 years that we have here at Rutgers, we have so much more that we can build our careers upon. Our involvement and our experiences are what contribute to our success rather than our GPA. And as a junior, I'm studying economics and business administration. I go to classes, I take exams, just like any other student. And I've been a prospective job holder in my job career. Also, from this, I worked for the PGA and the US Olympic team, so I know something about trying to find a job. From this, I gained knowledge about how to find a job and how to secure one. And in the professional world, I can tell you as we enter that experiences are some things that you can't find in the classroom. And those experiences are what employers truly value, and those skills and abilities that you get from those experiences will carry with you in life. So the experiences that you can't learn from a classroom. Maybe in the world, we need a little bit more than the applied education for our jobs. And when I worked for the US team, I sat at a desk, and I had a desk job, and I did a lot of paperwork, I did a lot of phone calls, and I ran a lot of meetings. And I never once picked up an economics textbook, or even used loose leaf paper. And someone might say it's because I didn't have a job where I used an economic background, but later I actually had to do some bookkeeping, learn how to use checks and balances, and things like that. But this was something my job taught me, because they had to teach me a web-based platform. And it was something that my class never taught me, but something I should have learned. But from that, there's some things employers will teach you that you might not already know. And they want you to do it their way. So when you start off, you might learn about just doing it the book's way from your education and the thing that you fall back on. But in the end, it's their company and it's how they want you to do it. So you might get a certification in one area, or you might take some classes because that's how they want you to learn and to do it their way. And these credibilities that you gain from the classes that you have taken from them are what employers truly value in the end. And the things that you learn in classrooms, those skills and abilities, you might start off by learning them the book way because it's all you have to fall back on. And in school's defense, they are necessary skills that you need in life. But when it comes to getting a job and after you've already gotten it, your experiences that you learn are more valuable than what you learned from that book. And as individuals, you might work in a team to help with the company's bottom line. But as a Division I athlete, I can tell you that being on a team and learning those interpersonal skills is something I had to take with me when I worked for the US team or the PGA or just any job experience. And when I entered my career, and even as I'm still going to it now, those attributes that I gained were more important than some other things I learned. And those experiences that I got were what were truly valued by the company. So when you log on to Career Night and you're trying to look for a job, if you scroll to the bottom, you might find a job that says experience required 2 to 3 years. But as college students, we know that those are expectations. They're no longer just preferences. When we go to find that job, you need to have those 2 to 3 years of experience. But as college students, we don't have that time. We don't have the ability to get those internships or take the job for 2 to 3 years because we're in classes for 4. And after graduation, that's exactly what's expected of us, something that we can't get. And that 4.0 that we strive for, that is reflected in our GPA, doesn't fully say what we've learned and what we've attained here at college. And according to a study in 2012 called Where A is Ordinary, published by student Rothstar and Chris Healy, at public community universities like Rutgers, they're handed out about 3% more C's, 3% more D's, and 4% more F's. So at Rutgers, rather than a private institution, there are 3,000 more C's handed out, 1,500 more D's, and 2,000 more F's than a private university. And in 2015, a British paper called The Independent stated that leading employers value work experience among graduates more than they do grades and the university that they came from. And from that, employers ranked characteristics at 58% saying that work experience was more important, and personality being ranked at 48% second. From this, it's because once you find a job and once you get that degree, you have the capabilities and the educational background to do that job. But employers are looking for a candidate who can actually go through, do the work at a fast-paced environment, and work with their colleagues and their superiors. So when you found that balance in life, because you take the emphasis off your GPA, you'll have better skills as you move through college. And those skills that you've gained through your activities, it's accomplished through your experiences. And as a college student athlete, I've learned time management, which is something I'll take with me after I graduate, because managing practices, homework, class, and all those things take a lot of time out of my day. And even so, when you go farther into Rutgers, being a student government, it might teach you how to draft resolutions and work with administration. And if you're in a fraternity, it might teach you brotherhood and family and things where you need to work with people. But through these experiences and your internship, you will truly learn that there are skills you have outside the classroom. Those skills can be applied to your future job, or employers might know that you need more skills that they'll teach you. And from work experience, that's now an expectation in the real world and something that we need to be able to attain. And from the deviations in letter grades, employers might think that you need more professional skills or search for those interpersonal skills. And your overall well-being will be that you're better balanced because you take the emphasis off your GPA. So students need to know today that your identity is no longer tied to your GPA. As the 8th oldest research university in the country, we now have more to celebrate in our 250 years than a lot of other universities and students do. And so students and professors and employers, they need to understand that our worth here at college is no longer quantifiable.